good, everybody? Top to top, it's your boy Jay, Super Saiyan Jaffe. Man, yo, we got a dope-ass episode today, man. We got my Uncle Scotty up. We got Big Meech up from Life in the Pen, hashtag Prison Talk, hashtag In and Out. It's a lot of stuff we talking about. We covering it, man. Get on it. What up, everybody? Top to top, it's your boy Jay, Super Saiyan Jaffe.
Cool guy JD on IG.
Man, you already know what it is. Life in the Pen, hashtag Prison Talk, hashtag In and Out. Come on, man. It's that 7-1 half a dozen. That 7-1 with the devil on the end. I'm from Buffalo.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Scotty B.
You already know. At the end of the day, man, Buffalo kids in this bitch. You already know. Thanks for pulling up, man.
Absolutely. Always love Buffalo and Buffalo, baby.
Hell yeah. Buffalo support Buffalo, man. You already know. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Me, Jew, James, Violators, we've been looking forward to this one with y'all boys, man. We've been looking forward.
Big bro put me on. He was like, yo, man, dog, I don't care. Watch this dude's videos, man. And he might be related to Cuz. I was like, what? So I watched it and everything else. I was rolling. He was like, yo, like, shout out to Smurf. Smurf set this whole thing.
Shout out Smurf.
Shout out to Smurf. Absolutely.
Smurf set this whole thing up. He was like, yo, bro, it'd be dope if you get him on. I was like, all right, say less. What's his Facebook? Hit him up.
Hit me. You heard what I said. As soon as you hit me up, I'm like, man, listen, man, it's Buffalo for Buffalo, baby. I'm for it, man.
That's a fact.
It don't matter to nothing.
Hell yeah.
I'm showing love.
And Jew put me on. And I was watching videos. I was like, damn, okay, this nigga funny as hell. And he entertaining. I like it. I like, you know what I like? I like the prison story part. I like when you do your interview, you conduct your interviews. Obviously, we just did it with my aunt, Scotty. That shit was fire. But I like how you switch it up. You got the shit where you conduct your interviews with people that been down bad, that been through shit. But then you step back and you tell your POV. It's my POV, man. Remy on me, man. It's my POV. But yeah, I just think the shit fire, man. Like, I like how you bring it to you raw. Like you give it to it straight. Like you let motherfuckers know what's up.
No, that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it like this, and it's not like I'm glorifying prison in no shape, form, or way. It's never that. I don't ever want anybody ever to think that like it's something to glorify. It's not at all. But it's also that something that people forget about. It's a world within a world. Like this is a world that where most children become men. Right. Boys become men. This is where you get your morals, your principles at. This is where your outlooks and your views on life. Like, I spent over a decade in prison. Cuz done did more than that. So, the way we talk, the way we act, the way we solidify ourselves, it comes from that. So there's no way I could forget about that. The person that you see now is because the way I grew up then. Right. The person you see now from him is because the way he matured and grew within there. Like, you might not see the same people here. The same maturity not be there. I might be wilding, destroying stuff. He might be doing the same thing if he never went to jail. It's either, I always say, it's three things that happen in prison. It's either a man evolves, de-evolves, or stay the same.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So good for me, it was a good thing that I had brothers like Cousin right here that pulled up other dudes, Buck, Real, See Damage. These is older dudes that I got to sit back and kick it with, and even when I was acting, I was being a knucklehead or wilding, they would always pull me to the side and say, yo, especially Cuz be like, dude, what is you doing? Like, what's going on with you?
That's
man, what you stressing or something? You got that girl stressing you? Man, listen, man, you see, man, I lost my hairline, man. It's gone, man. It's gone, man, listen. So it's gone. You said, man, you got the girl letting you lose your hairline, waking up in the middle of the night, it's burning off. I'm like this. Right? So things of that nature. So it's never to glorify, man. It's just telling you my story.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. But I ain't gonna hold you, man. Shit, we gonna have to email fucking Netflix because that shit, like them stories, is jive better than fucking Orange is the New Black. All that shit, like straight up, like ain't been a real ass prison story like since fucking Oz, and that was '99.
and it's like this too, right? I never watched nobody else stuff until I started, like, shout out to Dirty Weather 916, you know what I'm saying? Son from Cali, when I started actually building up on my subscribers, he came out of nowhere and was like, yo, you don't know me, little bro, but I'm gonna put you on to how this YouTube thing work. I'm gonna do for you what nobody did for me at first because I see where you going, and I like the fact that you keep it real. He said, you know, a lot of prison stories, and not shoot nobody down, is, oh, I stabbed 100 niggas, or I went to war with him, and it's always, like, that's, like, understanding this. The physical part of prison is the easiest part. And I'm not saying that to be tough or anything like that, but the physical part of prison is the easy part. It's the mental. When you got to sit in that cell every day you wake up to bars. Every night you go to sleep to bars. Every morning all you hear is do. Every night all you hear is do. That's all you hear. Mentally, birthdays, Christmases, all type of holidays going by. If you got kids, you missing everything. Family members, pictures. You sitting there and your world becoming a world within a world that where they try to take away any hopes or dreams that you have, where they want you to be miserable, where every option that you usually have that you would have you free, you don't have.
Right.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? So when I see a lot of these dudes, and I see a lot of these dudes do the prison stories, it's like, yo, bro, tell it real. Like, like I told y'all, my first going gun to gun with a dude, I was terrified. I'm like, this nigga, he a created character? He was ready. It was like, yo, it was a video game. It was like, yo, the head, you know, when you get to the last boss and you like, how the hell the last boss knows I ain't never seen before.
Yo, Fight Night. I'm not gonna lie. That was one of my favorite videos. Like the one with the foam, you was like, yo, man. He was like, a straight face, I ain't blinking. And it's crazy because that shit hit me. Like, my favorite thing is that a lot of your stories, I've never been to prison, but a lot of your stories was like, the lessons was like taught from me from older heads. You know what I mean? My cousin's boyfriend, James, you know, he died from cancer a few years back. But one of the realest things he ever told me, man, he was looking at me in my eyes. He was like, you know what, when I get real serious, I don't blink. I look at you dead in your eyes. And I can tell if you bullshitting because you going to blink. You know what I mean? So now I'm over here just looking at his eyes, you know what I mean? It's straight serious, you know, man to man.
Game.
You know what I mean? So like that right there. So when you was like, I'm looking at this man, I'm scared as a motherfucker. But like you was like, I'm talking to the kings, I'm talking to a blood or everything. I was like, yo, that's some real ass fucking shit.
You got, listen, this is what people don't understand about this situation, right? No matter, I always say, it's nice to be brave. But it's awesome to have courage. Because brave, anybody that's stupid without no understanding of life can be brave. They just gonna go, let's Rambo. But when you gotta be 007, that takes a lot of courage. Because you gotta sit there, no matter if you're afraid, to sit there and look another man in the eyes that may not give a care about life. So you have to hold this outer look to like, yeah, and then even if it do go to that, be willing to go. Like, did anybody ever pay attention to the Incredible Hulk movie 2? Did anybody see when the Abominator, when he realized the Abominator wasn't dead and he had that look like, damn, this nigga, man. Right. Oh, Lord, like, what's wrong? Why you getting up again? But he growled and he went right back at him because it's what he had to do.
But you know what? I'm going to use another movie reference for you.
Okay,
you know I'm a movie head too, and that's what I wanted to get with you because I watch your videos. You watch your movies, all right? My favorite movie, The Lion King. All right? Bam. And the thing I love The Lion King is about, because they got the realest motherfucking lessons in that shit. Like I said, you know what I mean? Your own brother stab you in your back, throw you off a fucking cliff, break your back. You know what I mean? But the shit, he was talking to Simba and everything else. He was like, Dad, you looked brave. He's like, you're never scared. He was like, man, I was scared today. I was scared I was going to lose you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hidden fucking lessons like that. You know what I mean? That's the shit. But
that's the real shit. That's the shit that that builds character. That molds you into the man you are. And like I said, that's partly why we got you two on, because y'all both been through shit and y'all both weathered the storm and made it out that motherfucker. And that's the best part about all of this. And partly why I wanted to have you on. Like I said, when you did the episode, that shit was fire. And it spoke to me because I was like, damn, man, a lot of the stuff you was talking about, I didn't know. Like, growing up, I looked up to you. You was like a dad to me, feel me? So to know what you was going through, like waking up and seeing motherfuckers doing it and all type of weird shit, and you going to war, and I'm living my everyday life. I'm becoming a man without you, and I'm not, and I know you down, and I want you home, but it's like, damn, I don't know what you're going through. Right. I don't know how real that shit is.
And you know the crazy thing is that we grew up together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it goes even further than that, because I heard about you back when we was growing up, and Smurf and Cuz used to tell Smurf about you and everything else. So once Smurf saw the video and everything, he was like, "Yo, you know, that's Cuz cousin." You know what I mean? He's like, Scotty. He used to tell me about him all the time. You know what I mean? So I used to hear the same shit, you know, from this man growing up, like. And you know, just before we go any further, because before I forget it, you know, the drink got me.
Blame it on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame that shit. But I got
he on this motherfucker got me sweating.
I got a short story too. Like the courage one, that one hit me a little bit too. Funny as fuck, by the way. No, but that shit hit me too. I remember I was in, I think, the 5th or 6th grade. I can't really remember right now. But I got punked off. I got punked off for the first time. And, like, I was stupid young, so I had just seen fucking Boys in the Hood and everything else. So I come in the house cursing and shit. I'm swinging in the air like fucking Trey. You know, like after Trey, you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So
9 little kids.
Smurf over here was like, yo, what the fuck you cussing like that in front of mom for? So he took me upstairs and everything else. He was like, yo, you got punked off? All right. Now you got to fight me. So now, same thing like you said, I got the final fucking boss. So I'm over here just like, fuck. Now I got to fight this nigga because I didn't want to fight them niggas. So I had to fight bruh. So I'm over here just eyeing him, sizing him up like, yo, what is the best way
to
that I
attack
could
this
just
man?
hit him? Fuck knocking his ass out. That I could just hit him. So I'm like, boom, Power Rangers. So I over here tried to do the fucking Power Rangers. You know, when Tommy hit the
got your ass
hit
caught
everything
quick.
else. So I missed that joint. Smurf hit me with a motherfucking uppercut to the kidney. Bow, kidney shot.
It's over.
Dropped me.
It's over.
After that moment, it was like a switch hit.
He ain't hit nothing.
I was like, you know what? I'm never going to be in this moment again. I'm never going to be laying here and have my big brother beat my ass. Everybody can get it.
See, it's like at least you got to there. You know what I'm saying? At least you got to where you got to. She wasn't having no games, and she wasn't playing no games. And it's
your stepmom.
Yeah, and it surprised me because she's white.
Right.
Not saying nothing against white women, nothing like that. But you know, white women used to be like, "Well, listen, I'm going to tell your parents that you're bothering my son."
That's just,
and it wasn't like that. She got me outside. I was amped. I thought they was about to get the white treatment.
oh, she got you going through 3 niggas?
She said you fight all 3 of them. I said,
yo, what you signed me up for?
No, you know what got me though? You know what got me though when you said, bitch?
like, man, what the, like, and then she turned black on me like, yeah, you don't whoop them, I'm gonna beat your ass. Oh, you been hanging. You been real for real. Man, I tell you, the first 2 watch me. Shout out to my son Floyd. He about to come on. Yo, first 2 watch me. My son Floyd, then the other kid. That last one, he had the I'll be sure going on. I had him. I said he was a little lighter. He had better hair than me. I said, oh, I got him.
Look like the last member of the bars and shit.
I was crying. You know, you start getting that little bit of snot and that lip dribble. Man, you gonna choke him out. Everything.
When Christmas Story on Cuz.
What?
Ralphie?
Christmas Story.
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
Story.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh.
But see, and that's the thing. Like, I guess we all got that story that shape us, that mold us. Because I remember, you talking about 5th grade, I remember when I got punked off, David Lee, shout out David Lee. Yo, that nigga, I was in the fields. I was in Lanefield. And the man laid a stick down in front of me. He said, yo, walk past this stick. He said, walk around this stick. I'm going to jaw you. I ain't thinking nothing of it. I walked around the stick. Dude punched me in the face. I'm in 5th grade. Yeah, he dark
With the dreads?
I don't think he got dreads.
Okay.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I ain't seen the man in years. Maybe.
That's my man. He all right, too.
Man.
He a good father.
So, is he like around 30?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, that's my man too. I ain't seen him in years, but we made up after that shit. But the man said, walk around the stick, or I'm gonna jaw you. All right, I ain't think none of it. I ain't been in a fight before. I walked around the stick. The man punched me in my face. I mean, I ate the shit, but I ain't do nothing. He hit me, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker just jawed me. and it hit me hard because people was around, they saw that. Man, I was going to Houghton Academy, School 69, before I went to got to Cheektowaga. Yo, after that happened, I made it up in my mind. I said, yo, I will never, as long as I got breath in my lungs, I will never let another man punk me off. Man, I was wilding so much at that school.
I got
to the point I got kicked out of the school and sent to Cheektowaga Central.
Yeah, I got suspended over your ass.
But you you know what the deeper part about that is, right? With the courage thing, when I try to put across in that message, it ain't even just the courage to fight and not let another man punk you off. It's the courage to accept your consequences at the same time.
Right.
To be able to face. See, a lot of these dudes today can't face their consequences. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be on it like, yo, no snitching at third. If you're a civilian, you're not in the streets, then you're supposed to do your job. You pay taxes, that's what it is. But for dudes who are in the streets, who decide to choose that life and can't accept their consequences, that's weak. That's the part about having courage. Do you think I'm 17 years old, 13 years? You think I really wanted to be like in a DA coming at me, yo, we'll give you this amount of time, we'll drop this off, you give these people up that they can't get. I'm 17, 13 years. Of course, me not being real, not saying it crossed my mind, but at the same time, no matter if it crossed my mind or not, nobody put a gun in my head and made me do what I do.
Right.
I had the courage to face my consequences. And I can wholly thank my stepmother for that, from that little incident of even when I'm afraid or even when I feel like what the future gonna hold or what's gonna happen, I can feel good about myself and look myself in the mirror when the dominoes fall and say, I had that.
Right.
Facts.
I did that.
That's a fact. Now, what I wanted to talk about with you, like, I'm 28 years old. You know, you was a teenager when I was a little dude. Like, what was going on in that time? If you could even, fathom to rewind yourself back, what was going on in your life where you felt like you had to do what you had to do? You had to be in the streets. We got grandma and my mom. We had that support system, that family. We come from a good family. Yep. So what made you feel like you had to do what you had to do?
I mean, you know what I can honestly say? It was being a follower. Because, growing up, everybody said, oh, yo, your mom, yo, you come from a good home, and just being enamored by the street life, seeing the chains and the cars and dudes pulling out money, and my mom giving me $10, $15. These motherfuckers got hundreds. Jumping out of, back then it was the Maximas, the 5.0s.
Days on them.
Yeah, I'm looking at this like, I'm like mesmerized by it. And I'm like, yo, I gotta get my weight up.
Right.
And I remember me and my best friend Kev, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kev.
We used to sit up all night for hours. Broke as hell, just like, yo, man, what are we gonna do, man? We was basically at that crossroads in your life. When you at that 17, 18, don't know what you want to do.
Right.
So we said, you know what? Let's just try this out. And when we tried it out, it was like there was no turning back.
Right.
And it really just spiraled out of control. And, I paid for it, doing 20 plus years in the prison system.
Hell yeah. And like I said, man, going through that, like I said, because, my dad, he was in there. I mean, my dad, shout out to my pops, we good now. We hashed a lot of shit out. But, coming up, my dad ain't really was around. My mom held it down. Grandma held it down. Right. So, the male figure that I had was granddad, Mr. John. Rest in peace to rest in peace, granddad. But I didn't have that male, and I looked at you for that. So like when you was you was doing your bids and you was away, when you came back, I think going into freshman year, you could ask my mom when she told me you was coming home, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, word. I think you went to my he was at our 8th grade graduation. Yeah. Man, I had the linen suit. You gave me the big ass chunky Jesus piece. Yeah. Man, you couldn't tell me that. You remember that? Bruh, I had
had
Jesus. Yo, that joint was so heavy.
Man, he had the
Was he saying the last prayer?
What was on? Man, he had the thick gold link with the chunky joint. I was like,
that's funny as hell. I was in Smurf's prom fucking suit. My mom set me up. I was a 38 pants at that time. So
Man, as
shit.
long as Gargamel didn't pop up, you all right? you right, look, you was doing you. You was all right.
It's 2004. I'm looking like 99. And
it was just little shit like that. Like I said, I was like, nah, man, got to be at graduation. You pull it up, man. I felt I was on top of the world, man. Yep. And I remember that summer, man. I felt like, man, I stayed with you, man. Cause you came home and you was back up fast. Yeah. You was straight, and we was working out together. I was getting ready for football throughout that summer, and then you went back. Yo, I ain't gonna front, Unc. When you went back, man, that shit was devastating. Cause I remember you had left the night. Me and you was playing Madden. You had an Xbox 360. Mm-hmm, I ain't have a system, and this when the new Madden had dropped. I think it was, I can't remember what, 06. We played. It was 06. Yep, mm-hmm. That shit came out.
I had the 360.
Me and you was playing the game.
I was in jail.
Nah, I remember. This nigga put me on a Madden and everything else. He beat the fuck out of me with T.O. on the Eagles every time. So when 360 came out, Madden 07, Sean motherfucking Alexander on there. He came over to my house. I gave him that motherfucking work. It was good.
I don't know about all that.
I gave you that work.
I don't know about all that.
I gave you that work.
I gave you the 360.
You didn't have the system.
Right?
You gave me the.
That was before you had the system, though.
My uncle gave me the 360.
No, but you came over before you had the system.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I was happy as fuck. I gave you that work.
Oh man, that's how many times you did it though.
We're not even gonna get on that. We're not even gonna get on that.
Like
get into that work.
For the sake of what the Violators came to see, the episode, the format.
Okay.
I said, you put me on, and I remember you had to step out or whatever.
Give you that last time.
I said, I bet. So I was staying the night at the crib. I wanted to be with you. You know, my aunt. You back. So I'm in bed. I remember before Granddad passed away. He woke me up. He said, Jay, your uncle got in trouble. Unc, I promise you, I shit you not, man. When he told me that, I looked up at him. I just closed my eyes and went back to sleep. I was like, nah, that ain't true. And then I woke up the next day. You know, Grandma was upset, Mom was upset, and they told me what happened. I was like, damn, man. Because I was excited. I'm like, man, this dude about to be at my football game. Because you was getting me ready. Yeah. Man, we was at bro. You had me. You was getting me ready. Yep. You was getting me ready. That shit, it just, and I ain't saying that, bring up, old memories and bad shit. It's just, that was my experience with that shit, because it was like, man, like I said, I looked at you like because I didn't have that constant father figure in my life, so I wanted that to be you. And I mean, and shit. From any time I saw you coming up, man, you was that for me. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, everybody go through shit, and that's just what it is. It's life lessons, and we, like I said, man, we grow. We are men, and you doing good for yourself now. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I think what's crazy too. I think what hurt for me the most, because as soon as I went back, I thought about you, Jasmine, and Dominique. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, man. Because we were spending mad time together. Me and Dominique was spending a lot. Remember we went to the WWE?
I do remember that. Damn.
I do remember that. We went to the B. You and Dominique went.
Not just her. Remember my man Demo. Shout out Demo, Mile High. Remember we went to the mall and you grabbed us some the skull shirts.
Yep.
Yeah.
The skull
so that shit.
Force, yep.
And Demo was like, man, I fuck with your uncle. Like, this is my man.
Yep.
So I mean, like I said, man, we live, we learn, we evolve, man.
Yeah, definitely.
The one thing I can say, man, you took that shit on the chin, and you did what you had to do. Yeah. Devon, my little cousin, your son, man, great dude.
Awesome kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's my little man right there.
Mm-hmm. So, man, like I said, man, I'm proud as fuck of you, man. I couldn't be more proud, and to many more, man.
Yeah,
you know how it is.
I ain't going back this time.
No, not at all.
I know you're not. I know.
I'm here now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, what I wanted to get into, how long have you been home?
I just got back out in August.
Okay.
I did 11. Actually, I did 4,475 days. That's what I did. So, but I did 11 years. 11 years my first time, and I was home for about 8 months, and then I caught a 2 to 4. Mm-hmm. And ain't no excuse for it. It's just simple factors like this, man. And I try to tell people this as I dissected myself. It's like this, man. Prison may teach you how to be a man, teach you morals and principles. You're going to stand on your own 2 feet. Is you going to live by your word, you know what I'm saying? those sort of things. I mean, it teaches you just you gonna be a man, like as far as that. But it don't teach you how to pay bills. You don't pay bills in jail. I don't know. No, you don't.
That's
you
a
don't.
fact.
You don't
Right.
pay.
That's a
You
fact.
don't pay bills. You don't catch the bus to work. You don't. Everything is in a 5-minute ratio to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you gotta understand when somebody come home after all that time, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna really ask for help. I'm gonna do what's necessary to get done. So I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not used to this. So, I come home, I'm like, I'm thinking stuff going, but I'm realizing, oh, this shit they was talking about for real. Like when they was saying that it's hard out here, damn, this shit really is kind of, I did my first 12-hour shift. I was working at Texas Roadhouse on Union. Shout out to Frank Collins, gave me my first job for real.
That cinnamon butter.
Man, do they?
Yeah, man, boy, don't get me started.
Listen, first 12-hour shift I worked, right? I swear to God, I said, oh my God. I said, people do this? I said, they do this? I said, I got to do this for 4 more days? I said, oh, damn. I said, all right, okay, we going to do it. But you realizing you working somewhere, you getting a $350 check, insurances for something, for a person that ain't never had no car. Rent is for this for this, this for that, this. So you saying it yesterday.
Tell me.
And then, I still, I try to tell people this right here. Like, I did all that time, and, I can't say that I had a lot of hate, a lot of rage in me. A lot of, I felt like the world owed me something because dudes was out here eating that told on me, that did this, did that. And I'm saying to myself, if these dudes going to accept this person just because they get money, oh, no. I had so much rage in me that my happiness, my smiles, my jokes, my everything all blended in. I couldn't tell the difference between the emotions. So when I came home, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to keep a face up for everybody else. But if I show my real face, ain't nobody going to be, I could express myself to somebody like him because he's in the environment I was in and he understands me. But everybody else is like, if I'm not smiling or if I'm not doing this, they looking at me like, oh, this nigga crazy. so I had to put on a face for everybody, but at the same time, I'm eating myself up like, I'm trying to make everybody else happy. And it's like, you know what? Forget this. First time somebody came to me with a situation, it was like, off to the races. Here we go. Hi-ho silver. And, things spiral. You start to, and I know when things are spiraling is because I got in a situation where I had to from 12. But when I had got away, I'm feeling like X now. I'm like, oh, they can't mess with me. Nigga been upstate. I've been working out. I can run miles. I'm jumping over fences. And you just get caught up in a fast life. Mm-hmm. And after I caught that case, it set me down because I missed my daughter's her whole life.
Right.
I was going with my daughter's whole life. And when I came home, one thing about a child, I always tell people this is that you could be the worst person in the world to everybody else. But to that child, they're going to look at you in the eyes like you a hero. Mm-hmm. And my daughter would look at me every day when I came home like that. She'd be in my mind. We'd pull up. I'd go take her, buy sneakers, do this, do that with her. She'd come in, be in my, and it was like everything. So when I had caught this and to hear her like, Daddy, would you like jail more than me?
Damn.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, that shit hit different.
It hit different. It's like, wow, like, is she right? So it's like, I look at it like this. And another thing, like I was telling cousin the other day, when I caught my second felony, I know dudes that got 7 to 8 felonies. Mm-hmm. When I caught my second felony, they set me down and they made me go to court to sign a paper that said I was a predicate felon. And what they basically was saying was that, hey, nigga, we know that you know that we know that you're going to be a persistent next time you come in front of us. And at the lowest is going to be 5 with an L. But we know you, so you're going to give us 15 with an L. Mm-hmm. I can't give it to you like that. I'm not about to. It ain't going out like that. Mm-hmm. It ain't going out like that. I mean, I can't do it. I can't do it.
And you see, what's crazy about that is, like I said, I've been in the tombs downtown. I've spent 3 days in jail on some bullshit, weirdo shit. But I never been to prison. I've been processed, but I never been through what y'all been through. So it's like, man, going through the court systems and all that bullshit, it's a fucking game. Like they don't give a fuck. It costs more to send a motherfucker to prison than it do to go to college.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
That's crazy.
It's all about numbers with them. Mm-hmm. It's all about the DA trying to get a conviction. The judge is trying to get numbers. The lawyer trying to get a bankroll. It's a numbers game. And then you go there, it's basically a corporation.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that prison is a corporation, and
Absolutely is.
they literally
Shout out
do
to Bob
certain
Barker.
things. Yeah, Bob Barker. A
Bob-
lot of people don't
for
realize.
y'all don't know this.
Yeah.
Bob Barker, Wheel of Fortune, owns Corecraft. Corecraft supplies
The prison
clothes,
industry.
food, everything in New York State.
I didn't know that.
So the Wheel of Fortune man, yeah, he made a fortune. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, the
off
price
you.
is right.
It's the price is
It's
right.
The Price is Right, not Wheel of
Well,
Fortune.
nigga, I didn't say I
Wheel of
was.
Fortune is Pat Sajak.
Okay, I didn't say I was the smartest. They both white and they look alike.
It's all the same, bro.
Both of them got that slick back with the glasses. Once you get the slick back with the glasses, you know you important. When you got that mustache with it, come on, you know you getting money.
Throw motherfucker in the assembly line.
Yeah,
Just pick a motherfucker out.
nigga, give me that wig and put the mustache on me. I bet you the NBC come to me. Somebody gonna come to me. I'll tell you that much. But you know the price is right. He's sitting there and he's eating.
He is.
And the price is basically
Right.
your life. That's what you spending it for. That's what you giving up. So
That's a fact.
that's the thing right there. It's a hell of a corporation because you giving these people everything, and only thing you can take from them is, and what I tell dudes this all the time, if you actually gonna go to prison, you go to prison. My thing was, if they gonna put me in here, I'm gonna take everything from them. My GED, I learned sign language, other classes that I done took. I wish I was controlled enough to stay in a jail. That had college. I was just too young at the time, so I was getting in trouble.
Right.
And got moved around. But I wish I could have stayed in college. I know dudes with masters that can't never, doctor's degrees, that's been in jail 20, 30 years, and they're never gonna use those.
Never
Right.
gonna use it.
And that's
They
like-
not coming home.
And that's what I tell dudes is this right here, out here. When I see somebody you lacking or you don't want to do nothing for yourself or even trying to make nothing happen for yourself, when you just about a bottle in the bag, you sitting on the couch and you complaining about every situation that happened in your life, but yet you ain't doing nothing to make it better, you gotta look at it like this. I tell everybody this. The beautiful thing about being free is that, yo, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, it may take 3 years. Hell, it may take 5. But after those 5 years, you can increase your wealth. You can increase your situation. If you put that work in and go to school or do this, do that, you can make it happen. In prison, you can have every degree that they offer you. I said I know dudes that got doctor's degrees. Doctors, legit, from Damien College, UB, Canisius. These dudes professors come there, they get grants, federal grants for this. So schools come there to get them grants. And these dudes get doctors. And yet they can't do nothing with them. For years, they're gonna die in prison with a doctor's degree that they can't use.
Right.
How is that possible and you free? Make it happen, man.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
ain't no excuse. It ain't no excuse.
And I guess I got a it's a double-parted question for both of y'all. So, all right, so you get home, you at Texas Roadhouse, you working 12 hours, you're not really fucking with it. So, how'd you get into the YouTube game? How'd you get into like what motivated you or inspired you to like to you know what? I'm gonna turn whatever negative energy I had or whatever negative bullshit that I've been through. How did you turn that into positive shit to make something? Because like I said, man, you've been on this shit less than a year, and you built your page bigger than ours, like and we got a follower. So
We damn near 2 years at it.
that's what I'm saying. Like you go hard with your shit, and I'm asking that. So how did you reach out to Unc, and like how did y'all decide to you know what, man? Let's tell this story.
So
Like
I'm gonna sum it up like this, right? So when I first came on the first time, like for real, and I say this I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I write music. I write stories. I write skits. I'm dope, man. And I'm just saying that. I mean, so I came home and I like music. I rap and was doing that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my son Cold Cash. Show me love off the rip. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that, but I would have to be in the house at 9 o'clock. So I don't know nothing about Facebook and Instagram. All I knew when I was up top, that this was a way to get broads, man. Like
This dude's had me so tight with Facebook.
this is
This dude would come to my cell. Yo, I got 300 followers. I say, is they sending you a letter? You ain't calling them. Fuck out of here with that following. Yo, I was like, dude, so what? Yo, I got 900 followers. So what?
So I'm on it. So if I was telling like this, listen, when I was up, if I put up a stat on, and y'all understand this is what dudes in jail is doing, man. If you get in the phone, you get a dude to put up a stat. And if you like my stat 3 times, we go together. In my jail heads, you like me. I don't care if you thought I was funny. You like me, I'm about to get in your inbox. You about to write a prison nigga. That's what's about to happen. That's about to happen right there. So, I didn't know nothing about that when I came because it was made. So when I came home, it's like I would be on Facebook, but really not. So then I see everybody else going live. So one day I'm just sitting there, I'm in the house, because when you first come home, I just did 11 years. I first come home, I'm trying to abide by everything like you supposed to. I do that now.
Law-abiding citizens.
Law-abiding citizens. But, I'm like, I'm bored as hell. And I just start thinking of funny stuff in jail, like, yo, I wonder what they, and I'm like, you know what? I got on live, and I'm like, yo, I don't care if nobody watching. I'm going to tell y'all a prison story and whatever. And it just took off from there.
All right, Violators, being that this was such a big episode, so much content, we had to double up on it. We had to do it in 2 parts, man. We doubling back. Same format, same everything. We just had too much content, man. I'm telling you, this is good. James, this might be the best episode we done put out. You already know.